Hey, welcome back. This is Ben Wilson at Ourtradingcards, co-host of two of the industry's leading podcasts, including the Hobby Hotline, which is live every Saturday morning at 8 p.m. Pacific, as well as Monday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific. So I hope to see you there. In my first episode, I touched on defining your PC. I wanted to do a quick follow-up video to talk about buying boxes versus singles. When I say buying boxes, I'm going to go ahead and include um, any blasters, retail, even buying packs, which of course is a lot more cost effective than buying a whole box. But of course, buying a whole box, you're guaranteed whatever the box odds state. Whereas buying a pack could be, 1 in 24 odds of hitting whatever might be left in that box, or 1 in 24 if it's a fresh box. So, with that having been said, we really need to look at whether or not buying boxes are conducive for our specific PC. And maybe it is, and maybe it's not, and only you can answer that. But it's something you're going to have to look at yourself. I remember back, I'll tell a little bit of a story. I was at a card show here in the Sacramento, California area, probably late last year. And a young man walked up to a table that was operated by one of our local card shops. And they've got great prices on wax. A lot of it is blowout style pricing. It's just make it go away. And he walked up and he had asked the gentleman that was running the table, what should I buy? And with no disrespect to the guy, he was a salesman, right? He's like, hey, this is a good deal. This is a good deal. He starts overwhelming the kid, who was about 14 or 15 years old, I would surmise, and completely overwhelmed. The kid had no idea what he wanted to spend his money on. And so I looked at his dad, who was there with him, and I said, hey, would you mind if I talk to your son for just a couple of minutes? I wanted to make sure I had permission before I just, started throwing everything at him. There's a couple of other people that were also throwing stuff at him, and this kid was just overwhelmed to the point of where I could feel him ready to walk away. And, I pulled him aside with his dad and just said, hey, look, let's start there. Second off, what are you really looking for out of this particular box? Are you looking to build a set? Are you looking for hits? Are you looking for inserts and parallels? Are you looking for rookie cards? What is it you're truly after? And then, of course, what's your price point? Because it doesn't really matter if something's a good deal or not if you can't afford it. If you have $100 in your pocket and that's all you have to spend, that's all you have to spend. And so it's like, you really need to ask yourself, if you only want to collect basketball, then it doesn't matter that he's got a great price on Bowman Baseball or Heritage Baseball or Archives or any number of varying price points. Doesn't matter if basketball is your choice. If you're looking for something where you can get a lot of those rookie cards, maybe some of these sets that are conducive towards building, or these products, I should say, that are conducive to building sets, maybe that's not for you. And then, of course, price point ultimately is going to trump all. Is it in your wheelhouse? You got $100 to spend, and this is a great deal at $225. Maybe that product's not for you. So again, with no disrespect to the gentleman that was running the table, he wasn't asking the guy the right questions, or the kid the right questions. You really wanted to focus on, hey, what do you need? And that's really what we all have to ask ourselves if we're buying a box or packs. Are we just doing it to rip something? Because there's plenty of lower end stuff that you can afford just to get that fix, right? You can buy something like opening day baseball or in years past, score football and whatnot to just get that fix out of your system. But you have to, again, go back to your PC. What is it I'm truly after? And if I spent this money on the hobby and the hobby alone, that same $100 bill, instead of buying this box of unknown and gambling and speculating on what might or might not be in there, you have to ask yourself, am I better off redirecting this $100 to eBay or ComC or Sportlots or social media and finding a seller that has what I'm after? Is my PC going to be that much better by spending this $100 on singles versus boxes? And only you are going to be able to answer that, just like only I can answer that. I can tell you right now, for me, I'm going to be buying singles all day long. But that's me. For you, maybe buying boxes is great. Maybe that's that thrill of that gamble. I want as much of the base set as I can get, but I also want to gamble and speculate on that hit and hopefully get something that's going to enhance my PC or something that might have ultimate flip potential that where I can cash out and my box becomes free. That's obviously not going to happen, and it's going to happen, 1 out of every 10, 20, 50 times. Who knows what the actual odds are of cashing out and getting a great hit, right? As of this recording, again, Bowman's really hot. You open something up and you get Jason Dominguez or Bobby Witt Jr., fantastic. You've paid for your box and then some. But again, there's only so many of those on a very large checklist. And I think a lot of times we get onto these social media websites, whether it's Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, and we get this false sense of, man, the last 6 posts on this Facebook group all pull to Jason Dominguez, which gives us this false sense of, if I buy a box, good chance I'm going to get it. Well, if the autograph list is 100 subjects deep, Jason Dominguez is just one of 100. And then, how many autographs are being pulled out of each box? And you start to extrapolate the math, and you realize these 5 or 6, people are running to Facebook or Twitter to show what they pulled, as opposed to going and saying, hey, man, I got nothing but crap, which happens as well. But we really start to focus on, I hit the golden ticket. I got what I was after, and I repaid myself and maybe this month's car payment. And, so there's no right or wrong answer. Sometimes it's okay to buy a box here or there, or focus on specific products. I've got a good friend who loves minor league stuff because he goes to a lot of Stockton Ports games, and he really enjoys the Stockton Ports season ticket holder. He likes to get the autographs and meet the players. So for him, Heritage Minor League and Pro Debut are great products for him. They work for him, and he loves to open those. But maybe then he steers away from some of the other products throughout the year that aren't going to feature those same players. And that's okay as well. Again, you have to ask yourself, what is in this box of cards and why am I buying it? First off, is it in my price point, or am I extending the budget to gamble on it? Our own socioeconomic place in life is going to, not all of us can afford to go out to a fancy, steakhouse every single night of the week, Can't afford to go out every night of the week. Some of us are in the McDonald's and Denny's budget, while others are in the Ruth Chris. That's okay. We're all made differently, and there's nothing wrong with that. At the end of the month, some people are eating macaroni and cheese, and that's okay as well. Just understand that as that translates into the hobby, you don't want to overspend on the off chance you may or may not pull that golden ticket. And then at the end of the, as I mentioned in the last video, you don't want to get stuck with a bunch of stacks of random cards that you have no desire to collect. They're just taking up space. The resources that are vested into that can be allocated elsewhere. So, next time you're at the LCS, next time you're on blowoutcards.com or your website of choice, Dave & Adams or Steel City, you're at the card show and you got a box of cards in front of you, great impulse buy, right? That's why they put the candy bars and the soda right by the register in the checkout lane, because they want you to buy these and add to your ticket. But ask yourself, why am I buying this box? First off, can I afford this box? Am I just buying it because it's a good deal? Because that's always the wrong way to look at any purchase, whatever it is. But if you're just looking for that thrill of the rip, there are plenty of products out there that are affordable. If you're looking for something that fits into your PC and it works well, fantastic. There's no right or wrong. You just have to, again, work through a few questions, really ask yourself what you're looking for. And it's always a good idea if you're buying boxes to know what you're looking for before you go into an LCS or a card show, so that you don't end up with a lot of stuff you don't want. My budget's $300. I'm going in looking for a box of such and such, Prism basketball, Bowman baseball, whatever it is, and I'm going to see if I can stay within my financial means and go home with what I'm after. But be okay walking away or taking that money onto the secondary market and buying the Jason Dominguez autograph outright, if that's what you're ultimately after. So I hope this helps. If you have any suggestions, you're welcome to hit me up on Twitter at Ourtradingcards. and give me some ideas for future shows. I really want to focus these, to be shorter and talk about things that all of us have faced either currently or in our past when we were first starting out, and kind of pay that knowledge forward and work through some of these issues that we've all faced or facing. Because oftentimes, we're reassessing our PC all the time, and buying boxes before was great, buying now not for me, so on and so forth. So happy collecting. Love to see your PC and hear some of your stories. You can leave them down in the comments or hit me up on Twitter. Check out the Hobby Hotline and About the Cards podcast. We'd love to have you there and answer your questions. So until then, take care and look forward to talking with you again.